What's going on, Sports Wars? We're here. We're live on a Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know why I'm holding this chapstick, but we are here on Super Bowl Sunday when Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes face off. But of course, it's not enough. The NFL is not woke enough. It's only a half-black quarterback in there. That is not enough. There's not enough black quarterbacks. There's not enough black coaches. Roger Goodell is going to fix it, everyone. Don't worry. Eventually, the NFL will fully transform into the NBA. But until then, we still got stuff to talk about. John Matrix, how are you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing real good. Ready to see this game tonight. And honestly, this may be the only sports game I watch until, next football season. Because I'm not watching the NBA. That's out. Well, baseball starts regular season starts like in April. So it's going to be a little while before I watch sports again. NBA ratings are trash. They actually had an NBA game that had 701,000 people watch it on ESPN.
Oh my God.
It was bad. Rose did a video on that last night. I was laughing my ass off listening to it.
That's insanely, that is absolutely embarrassing for the NBA. But the NBA continues to try to spin it. They continue to try to spin it they're still trying to use those Christmas ratings to inflate the first 30 games of the season, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's embarrassing. And the idiots who believe what the NBA is spinning, you are the target audience, retards. So congratulations.
What's funny is they lost out to AEW Wrestling, not the WWE. AEW.
That's horrible.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious, man.
I didn't think it could be more embarrassing than losing to SmackDown, but yeah, I guess AEW, that would be even worse. So
yeah.
Well, Jeremy, how are you? I know you are probably
camera's fucked up again, so I'm gonna have to fix that shit.
What are you gonna do to fix it?
I've got to go into the settings. The autofocus it keeps turning back on. I don't know why the fuck that happens.
Oh, I think it'll be all right. Just buy something more expensive. I'm sure it'll fix it.
It's I was gonna say Rose. It's John Matrix's fault because he's always peer pressuring me to get like better equipment, and so I finally fell to the peer pressure.
You made a career off the $70 webcam, man.
Damn right.
It's been too many years now. It's time to throw it out.
I gotta fix this shit. God damn it. Anyway,
Jeremy's just really frustrated, honestly, because he's been saving up his nut for Tom Brady when Tom Brady wins. Like so he hasn't jerked off in at least 12 hours. And I think that's really why he's so frustrated.
That's a tough situation to be in right there. So
that's true. But it is the Super Bowl. It is the biggest game of the year. All eyes are going to be on the NFL. And, of course, we'll probably talk about it later. All of the social justice messaging that may go into the Super Bowl that we may see, whether it be in commercials, whether it be actual during the game. We're going to be paying attention to all that. But first, let's just talk about the game. And I think Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes is what the story is. There are a lot of other things going on, but Tom Brady, a dude looking for his 7th Super Bowl win versus Patrick Mahomes, who's looking for his second in the beginning of his career, who a lot of people think that could really take off. John, how do you see this game going?
Okay, so it may seem a little bit redundant since we did a live stream if anybody's came over, but I see it playing out this way. That Kansas City's offensive line is a mess. They're down like 3 starters on the offensive line, and you got JPP, Shat Barrett, and Ndamukong Suh. If there is going to be a blowout in this game, it would actually go for the Buccaneers because I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be under fire in this game. I really, really do. Also, I believe that the Chiefs' defense is not as good as the Redskins for sure, and also the Packers. And so I actually see Kansas City not scoring 30 in this game. I really do. I'm going to go with a score. 32-27. Tom Brady gets his 7th Super Bowl ring. 32-27.
Damn. It's tough. Like Kansas City's weapons and the way, the ferocity with which they run that offense versus the way that Brady is going to be very methodical. It is different. Tampa definitely has the edge on defense. There's no doubt about that. But so if there's a blowout, you think it's going to be Bucks with the blowout, huh?
Yeah, mainly because the pass rush is going to be there all day, I believe, for Tampa Bay. I think Mahomes is probably going to get sacked like 4 times. I mean, look what they did to Aaron Rodgers, man. They put him on his ass last week or week before last.
Yeah, see, I think the way that Tampa is probably going to play is going to be the ball control. I think they're gonna use the run game. I think Brady's going to continue drives. To me, 30 points is kind of the cutoff. I think that if this game, like if the winner is scoring 30, just a little bit below 30, maybe 31, then I think the Bucks. If it's over that, if we're looking at a game where the winner's going to have to score, 38, something like that, I don't know if Tampa's plan and their game plan is going to be to score like that. I think they're going to try to control the ball. So if it gets out of hand like that, I think the Chiefs have won, like setting the tempo regards to that. But at the same time, Tampa Bay also has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, Antonio Brown. So they have weapons of their own for sure. What do you think?
Well,
Brown, have we got an official word that he is playing tonight?
No, if
from what I hear, he got upgraded. He got upgraded. That's all I know.
That changes everything. Just him being on the field, just his presence, even if they don't target him, just him being out there, he's going to take so much attention, and it's going to open up everything for Brady. My feeling on this, again, I am not going to move away from my my method. I will pick against Tom Brady again because it worked against when they played the Saints. I picked the Saints to win because I think the Saints had the better team. I picked the Packers because I thought the Packers had the better team, and I'm picking the Chiefs because I think the Chiefs have the better team. And I do believe that. I do genuinely believe all of those teams are better than the Buccaneers as they currently are. The Buccaneers clearly have a shit ton of talent, but they have discipline issues still. They have dumb penalties sometimes. This is an entire culture change that has happened in Tampa since Tom Brady got there. That is a losing culture, a losing mentality, and you still see elements of that along the way. But I
Mike
think
Evans looks lazy sometimes to me.
He does.
He's crazy.
He absolutely does. And he drops it. So sometimes the drops are insane from
what did he drop? Like 3 passes in the NFC Championship game that he should have caught? Things about 3 of them.
Yeah. And oh, go ahead.
There's that one that turned into that pick, and like that's not a drop. That wasn't a drop, but it was on both of his hands.
He should have caught that.
If you've ever had any experience using the gloves, whether it's the Nike, the Under Armour gloves that wide receivers use in this league, if you can get your hands on a ball that's a spiral, you there's no excuse for what just happened. So like he should have caught that and resulted in a pick.
Yeah. So I mean, I do believe that Kansas City should win the game. Patrick Mahomes, as much as there's always this thing about Tom Brady, this embarrassment of riches has been the thing that ESPN runs with Brady. They're like, oh, he has an embarrassment of riches. Yeah, so the fuck does Patrick Mahomes. So does Patrick Mahomes. And I think that Kansas City has the better coach. I think that we will probably see the Buccaneers go up early, as we've seen a lot that happens to Kansas City. They seem to not start out very strong, but they're always going to come back. They're always going to come back, and they're always going to make a run. So it's going to be, I think, a high-scoring game. I think that we're looking at something like, I don't know, something in the 30s, high 30s, 38 maybe to 35, something like that. But I'm picking the Chiefs, but obviously I'm hoping I'm wrong. I think Brady, or I want Brady to win his 7th ring. And good Lord, man, can you imagine? They're probably going to say like, oh, if Brady wins an 8th ring next year, I'm not sure you could dispute that he's the GOAT. That's pretty much how this shit's going to go. They're never going to give him credit.
If Brady wins, 6:30 a.m., man, I'm watching First Things First to see what kind of dumb shit Nick Wright has to say. Because I think he picked a blowout. He did pick a blowout in this game. And then I'm going to watch Undisputed to see what Shannon Sharp has to say.
Yeah.
I mean, Max Kellerman, Shannon Sharp, Rob Parker, like all these fucking people are insane.
Rob Parker. God, Rob Parker has been predicting since, what was it? We talked about the other day, around like 2012 or 2013 that Brady's never going to win.
For 10 years, he's been saying he's never going to win a Super Bowl.
Way before Max Kellerman's
Cliff Theory.
Cliff Theory, yeah.
Not now, not then, not ever.
No
He's
way.
never winning.
No how.
The
these
low.
idiots.
He's the low. Luckiest of all time. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And I want the Bucks to win. I do want to see them when I would be rooting for them. Again, I'm kind of like Jeremy. I'm gonna go with my gut, which has been I don't think I'm gonna bet against the Bucks, but root for them because it's worked so far. And we'll see. But Kansas City, Kansas City has had a very strange year. They're 14-2, but they're 8-10 against the spread this year. So they have struggled. They have underperformed where people would expect them to.
They probably should have lost to the Browns in the playoffs. I mean, the Browns had them.
Yeah, and so there's a little bit, and you're gonna have that sometimes with the team with that Super Bowl hangover that you just got to the top, so now you're just kind of going through the motions regular season. So I understand that, but Kansas City took care of business in Tampa. Was that week 10 or 11 or something?
I think that was Tampa's last loss. So
yeah, they shit on him. They shit on him.
Tyreek Hill basically did a backflip in the fucking end zone. Like it was embarrassing.
Yeah,
I think embarrassing.
I think that game ended up like 27-24, but it was not that close.
It was not that close.
I don't know if Tampa scored in the first half. Like it was that bad.
Yeah, Tampa got down early, and then they made a furious comeback after that.
Yeah, so we'll see. I think you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see runs. I really hope the Bucks stop fucking running the ball on first down. It's like that is their signature. They've just decided we are going to run the ball on first down instead of throw it. Just let Brady do his thing. I think they've gotten a little more away from that lately. That's why you're seeing them with some bigger offensive numbers. But that has been a struggle with this offense at times, I feel like, as they try to establish the run by forcing it on first down instead of, maybe fucking screen pass on first or a slant on first and then a run on second. So hopefully they can mix it in a little bit better. But I do think they're going to try to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field.
Yep. I mean, you got to keep. I mean, Mahomes is fantastic. He's phenomenal. There's no doubt about it. He's kind of dealing with a lot of the same problems that I've had with Aaron Rodgers. It's more so the media narrative surrounding him. Like they're already calling him the GOAT. They're already saying like, you can't sit there and on one hand talk about how Tom Brady is doing things that have never been done and it's accomplished things that we never thought was possible. And then at the same time, they're like, but Patrick Mahomes could be the next GOAT. It's like, what? Like, dude, he still has so much to do and to prove. Like, it's so ridiculous that they are so quick to just make the next person the GOAT over and over again. It's ridiculous.
I don't even have Patrick Mahomes even ranked all time. That's because he's had 2-3 years? I don't even have him ranked anywhere. He's not in the top 10. He's not in the top 15, not in the top 30. He's top nothing right now.
Right.
It's way too early.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a few years ago, NBA, where when Steph Curry was lighting it up, they're like, "Oh, Steph Curry's the best player in the NBA." No, the fuck he wasn't. He was never the best player in the NBA. He was phenomenal and he was great to watch, and it was amazing what he was doing. At no point was he the best player in the NBA. No. At no point was he the best player ever or rivaling Jordan. But that's what the media were hyping him up. He won the first undisputed MVP. Steph Curry did something Michael Jordan didn't do. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. Like, the hype was insane. And that's the same thing that we're seeing with Patrick Mahomes right now. It's just let the dude be great. He's amazing. He's fun to watch. He's phenomenal. And he has the potential to have an all-time great career. But he ain't there yet, and he's nowhere close.
Steph and Luka Doncic had an insane duel last night.
Steph had 57. Luka had 42.
Yeah.
And nobody watched.
Nobody watched. It's unfortunate. It's like Steph was like, he looks stronger, I guess. Maybe he looks quick. Like, he looks faster and stronger than I've really ever seen him, I guess. So we'll see. But let me catch up with these super chats, guys. Thank you so much for being here. 600 people watching. Smash the like button.
Don't die yet.
Yeah, I know. Wheezy Bird for $5. Shout out to Max Kellerman, who said it would be impossible to finish an NFL season, unlike the almighty NBA with its bubble.
Dude, wokeness is a disease. It is a disease. All these fucking losers in the media predicted that the NFL season was going to be a disaster. They were upset with college football. They just doom and gloom. They hate sports. They hate when people are together. They hate when people are having fun. They hate everything about happiness, and it drives them crazy. These fucking people they're horrible people. They really are.
Yeah, absolutely. And Max Kellerman, like, someone needs to just keep a list of everything he's been wrong on, and not like predictions like, oh, the Bucks are going to win this game. Like, that's whatever, super like game predictions, but about things like that, or about Brady falling off a cliff, all this bullshit.
I do want to say, because I know we shit all over media members a lot, and I think it's fair to give credit where credit's due. What Stephen A. Smith has managed to do over the last decade by predicting the wrong team consistently every fucking time is truly astonishing. This motherfucker, if whoever Stephen A. picks, just bet on the other team. This motherfucker is wrong more than I have ever seen anybody wrong on predictions. I mean, it is insane. Every time he's like, and Stephen A., I like Stephen A., but my God, man, this dude, every time he makes a prediction, and all he does to make his prediction is he lists off players on the team. You got them boys, and then he just names a bunch of players on the staff to make it sound like he knows what he's talking about. Brown. Yeah, you got
Chris
them
Godwin,
boys. Yeah, you
Leonard
got them
Fournette.
boys, Mike Evans and Antonio Brown. You got them boys, Leonard Fournette. I'm thinking about a Tom Brady. I'm thinking about a Rob Gronkowski. And just like, and then he just makes the wrong prediction every fucking time. Every time.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm completely wrong about every bucket. Well, except for the Washington game, I guess. All these Buccaneers games. So,
who did he pick for this game? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't watch ESPN. I don't know.
Me neither. That's why I don't know either.
We have that clip of when I'm find it. That clip of when he started talking about all those players that were no longer on the team, and Teddy Bruschi's like,
"Oh yeah,
what? I'm gonna find that shit." Go ahead.
Oh God, that's funny.
That's right. That was a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Norin Blithers for $3 doesn't say anything, but he gives us a super sticker, little fist bump, man. Thank you, Norin Blithers. We appreciate that. Lethal Lightning for Aussie, $2. How about them Sixers last night? What an ending. I assume he's talking about Australian rules football or cricket or something that the vast majority of the world doesn't care about. So it was great. It was great. But thank you for the super chat, Lethal. Dixon Cider for $5. Due to wokeness, I will not be viewing the Super Bowl. By the way, I hope you and your family enjoyed the Christmas gifts I sent. Hang on. I think that's to you, Jeremy.
I'm sorry, do what? I'm looking for the Stephen A. video.
Dixon Cider says, by the way, I hope you and the family enjoyed the Christmas gifts I sent.
Oh, man, I've got to go check my my P.O. box. I saw My Dirty Home was like, Jeremy checks it every day. Here's the link to his P.O. box. I don't.
That is a lie. That is a lie.
But thank you.
Thank you, Dixon Cider. We appreciate that. Wheezy Bird for $5. Kendrick Perkins was bragging about 2 million people watching Lakers Celtics the other week. Yeah, that's the thing. Like they're trying to spin all this shit because they're like, wow, it just had the third biggest numbers of the year. Yeah, it's at 2 million. That's sad. That's pathetic. That's disgusting. And I had an idiot trying to show me too. He's like, look, week to week, the numbers were up because they were comparing it was like a Pistons Timberwolves game from last year, the same time frame, to a Lakers Sixers game. And the Lakers Sixers game had like 50% more people watching. It's like that's embarrassing. You're not proving the point that you think you are. That is the game in the NBA. And the fact that it's only 0.2 million is disgustingly disappointing.
Kendrick Perkins is from my hometown, and I gotta admit, that guy is horrible on ESPN. Horrible.
Kendrick Perkins is one of the dumbest people in the world. Like he's just really fucking stupid. Like he is an idiot. He's not a good basketball player. He brings nothing to the table. He sounds retarded. He acts retarded. He is retarded. Kendrick Perkins is trash. Like he brought some tenacity to a Celtics team, but he was basically irrelevant. He played with LeBron and he was irrelevant then. Kendrick Perkins is awful. Here we go.
All right,
Stephen A.
This is.
And I'm going to have some faith in Spencer Ware and thinking that, he can do some things. I'm keeping my eyes on this matchup right here.
Spencer Ware's out.
Linebacker. I'm sorry?
Spencer Ware is out.
Oh, yes, I forgot. I'm sorry, Max.
Yep.
Absolutely, he is out. But I'm thinking Tyreek Hill. I'm thinking Patrick Mahomes. I'm also looking at the San Diego Chargers on offense, and I'm thinking about Hunter Henry and the way that he's played this year and as effective as he's been. He's going up against Derek Johnson, and I got to keep my eye on that. I'm looking at it from the standpoint. Listen, here's where I'm at with all this. At the end of the day, I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes. I'm looking at Tyreek Hill.
And that is the exact moment I realized I qualified to work at ESPN. Stephen A. Smith on this morning's first take. Yes, butchers. He gets so many things wrong in less than a minute.
Oh, yes, I forgot. I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely. He is out. The San Diego Chargers on offense. And I'm thinking about Henry and the way that he's played this year. And he's going up against Derek Johnson.
It's like he was looking at the matchup between the Chargers and Chiefs from
last year.
17. I don't know what the hell happened.
Oh my God. That look on Brewski's face is hilarious.
Brewski looked like he had another stroke right there.
Oh man.
That's rough.
Not even on an NFL roster.
That's rough. But that's ESPN.
That may be the
though.
worst one.
I like how Kellerman interrupted for one thing. He oh, that's not right. Just let everything else go.
And it has become a tradition to show this clip. So I think we'll do it one more time before we move on to the rest of our discussion. This is a Sports Wars tradition right here. This is probably one of the greatest videos on the internet right here.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is historically, transcendentally, specially great. No, you know why? Because Aaron Rodgers is hot and Aaron Rodgers is old. He is not consistently historically great, transcendentally great. He's above anybody who's playing this game on a human level right now. He's also the most overhyped quarterback in the history of pro football. That is the most laughable statement you have ever made in the history of this show. Okay, so it's Aaron bleeping Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, ERRANT. You won't have an answer for the play of the game and the play of the year and the play of this century. That was special. There was nothing special about this play. No. Yes. I'm just.
That is sports media right now. That is mainstream media. And Jeremy, that's why these things are happening about the Patrick Mahomes thing, right? It's because they're just finding shit to talk about. They're making topics happen. That's why the Patrick Mahomes thing is happening. We all know that Patrick Mahomes has had an absolutely historic start to his career. We're also if you look at everyone's numbers in the NFL, they just continue to elevate as the rules change. But Patrick Mahomes says he's got to win this one before people really start talking about that. But a lot of these arguments are just manufactured. That's why they can't ever just put him as the GOAT, because there's always got to be a debate. If they just say Tom Brady's the greatest of all time, what are they going to talk about in regards to Tom Brady? Right. So there always has to be this doubt. What could he do with this year? Could he do it this year? Is this the time he's going to cement it? Well, I think we all kind of understand where he's at.
Yep, absolutely.
Scott W for $10. Great show, guys. Thank you, Scott W. We appreciate that.
I have seen I've seen quite a few people in the comments saying it's their first time viewing us. So again, if you're new here, please subscribe. Also go to Black and White Sports. That's John Matrix channel. They do a lot of the similar stuff. We're kind of a team and we look out for each other. So if you guys are looking for non-woke sports coverage, you will find it with these two channels for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Blue-eyed Scorpio for $5. If Mahomes wins, he will have 2 Super Bowls before losing 10 NFL games at age 25. So he's worth talking about. But what Brady has done is movie-like. Yeah, that's an insane stat. Winning 2 Super Bowls before losing 10 NFL games. That's
crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. He is phenomenal. There's no doubt about that. He really is.
There was like Tom Brady's more likely to make it to the Super Bowl than Steph Curry is to make a 3-pointer.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually looked it up, man.
Yeah.
There's been 55 Super Bowls. Tom Brady's been in 18% of them. Think of that. He's been in 10 out of 55.
That is insane. that is absolutely nuts.
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing with Mahomes is, like I said, you cannot deny he has transcendent talent. He has transcendent talent. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But he's also walked into a great situation. I know the narrative has always been that Tom Brady walked into a great situation. That didn't happen. No, it doesn't matter how many times you say that it happened. It didn't fucking happen. The New England Patriots had a Pro Bowl quarterback, a top-tier Pro Bowl quarterback in Drew Bledsoe, and they had a losing record. Belichick had a losing record. He was on the hot seat when Brady took over in the third game of the 2001 season. He didn't walk into a perfect situation. He walked into a losing situation where the coach was on the hot seat. Patrick Mahomes walked into a situation that was very good. What you have? You had Alex Smith, right, who was in the playoffs. You know, you had other quarterbacks that were succeeding in that environment. Plus, Andy Reid has proven multiple times over years and years that he is a quarterback whisperer of sorts. Donovan McNabb, which I loved Donovan McNabb when he was the Philly quarterback. I thought he was incredibly, he faced way too much criticism. I love Donovan McNabb, but Reid took him to 4 NFC championships and a Super Bowl. Like, it's a great situation. So you have the unbelievable talent of Patrick Mahomes within a great structure and system with Andy Reid, and that's how you get those insane numbers of what you were just talking about. Could win his second Super Bowl for losing 10 games. Let's see how he does once that massive contract affects this team, because it will. It will definitely affect this team, and it will affect the top tier talent that's around him. And then if you want to talk GOAT talk, when Patrick Mahomes continues to do what he's doing for the next 7 to 10 years, then we can have that discussion.
Just for the record, Tom Brady lost. He lost 12 games with 2 Super Bowls because he went 11-3 because the Patriots were 0-2. He went 11-3, then he went 9-7, and then he went 14-2 and won 2 Super Bowls.
Nice.
Yep. Which is nuts. And I saw somebody saying you guys are overhyping Brady, but you got to give credit to the whole team. Like, that's true. Like, football is a team sport, but when you've been doing it for over 20 years, when all these other players have come and gone, now you've changed teams and changed coaches. Like, you have to give some credit to the dude.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to recognize that.
There's literally no overhyping Tom Brady.
No,
there's none.
The problem is the sports media is so quick to anoint the Nets guy and disrespect Brady. That's the problem right there. I mean,
I always looking for the next thing. They're always looking for the next thing. You know what I mean?
And they prematurely always anoint this person. Yeah. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's going to be the greatest of all time. The most talented quarterback of all time. Patrick Mahomes shows up. Oh, he's going to be the greatest of all time. He's the most talented QB ever. They're always trying to replace Brady with somebody else.
Yeah. Not one single person that's trying to take away from Brady right now. Not one of those motherfuckers were predicting the Buccaneers would be in the playoffs before Brady signed. No. Not one of you. Not one. But now suddenly, because did you show me where you said before Brady signed, show me where you were like, man, the Buccaneers are stacked. Man, the Buccaneers have all the talent. They're just a quarterback away from a Super Bowl. No fucking body was saying that.
No.
Not one fucking person. And then people are like, well, now he's got Gronk. Now he's got Antonio Brown. Why are they there? Because Tom Brady's there.
Yep.
Because great players follow great players. That's it. Like, they wanted to be there. Antonio Brown simply, what he tweeted out, he wouldn't play for anybody but Brady. That's what he tweeted. He tweeted it out.
Same way with Gronk. Gronk feels the same way.
That's a leader. That's a guy who, like, brings people in. You look in the NBA, like, people there's been struggles for LeBron to get people to come play with him, other top tier guys. You know,
what is Aaron Rodgers? What if the guys said about Aaron Rodgers that played with him?
Oh,
Most of those guys are not happy playing with him, and he is all time great.
Yeah,
they're not saying I'm only going to want to play with this guy.
Yep, absolutely. So, what?
Is this comment from Humor and Waffles in the chat? I'm not gonna pull it up, but it's really funny. Yeah, like we'll see what happens. This game again, the narrative is going to change after this game, one way or the other. The narrative will be something.
Yep.
You know, if Patrick Mahomes wins, it's going to be him like paving the road to become like to surpass Brady. That's what the narrative will be. Him beating Brady, see Brady walk off the field defeated. People be like, is he going to come back next year? Is he done? Vice, if he wins, and again, it's just going to be like, oh, it's just another one for Brady. And is this finally the one that will cement him permanently? So that's just kind of how it is.
Somebody just typed that they've never seen Brady get hit in 20 years. What are you talking about?
Man, he's taking some shots.
What are you talking about? Like how you've never seen Brady? Hang on. There's just a hit right now that I was just thinking about. There's this hit. Was it Elvis?
I remember in the Super Bowl, the Eli Super Bowl, when Eli just threw it up for grabs. Tom Brady got the ball back. I think they had 25 seconds left. I believe that first play, Tom Brady got lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And then they had to call the timeout. He got blasted.
I mean, like, especially, but that also goes to what those guys are doing, right? First of all, quarterbacks are just very protected in general. They've become more protected. A lot of that's because when Tom Brady got hurt, you can't deny that, right? They saw that one of their stars got hurt and they were like, you know what? Maybe we should not have that happen. Not just to protect Tom Brady, but to protect a lot of people. So, you know, quarterbacks are more protected than they were 20, 30 years ago for sure. But also guys like Peyton and Brady historically have avoided taking hits.
Yeah.
Like if they know they're going to get fucking blown up and the game's not on the line, they don't have to stay in the pocket to do this, then they might just throw it away. They might dump it. They might, you know, take a dive so that they don't take that big hit and they're available. So that all goes into strategy as well.
I always remembered this hit that Brady took and how quickly he snapped back up. But yeah, Brady's never been hit, guys. I mean, that's why this is on. There's all type of clips of this. Like, watch this shit. I don't know if I can turn the audio. Let's see.
Pressure. You have to give their offensive line a tremendous amount of credit. On the road against two pass rushers, Tom Brady has been sacked one time.
They're like, oh, they're protecting the quarterback. Oh God.
Ooh. Pops back up. That was a hit, dude.
That was a massive hit.
Get confused.
I mean, if you can find that clip in the Super Bowl where he got just destroyed at the end of that first Super Bowl, it was similar to that.
Goes in there first.
Yeah.
Got the crowd, the helmet.
Never been hit though. Yeah, never been hit.
And Driving Mayhem is very adamant about this point. He says, I've seen both quarterbacks play in person. I'm not diminishing his career legacy. At this time, he's the GOAT, but there's something different in special Mahomes. Never seen anyone play like him. And I think that's fair. I think that we can all see that. Like,
I mean,
Tom Brady can't do some of the things that Patrick Mahomes can do on the field. But at the same time, Tom Brady himself has established a way of playing and a style of offense and perseverance that we haven't yet seen. So just because something's different, like we never saw someone play like Mike Vick had played either.
Right.
And he was doing incredible things, but will it last? Will they have longevity? All those things. And Tom Brady has had all of that. So it's going to be a conversation for years to come.
I highly doubt we're going to see any QB have the prime career like Brady. I just don't think you're going to see it. Mahomes, he can get nicked up. And
that's my worry about him.
We've seen he's kind of made of glass a little bit, man. I don't see Mahomes playing to 43. I don't see that. What you're seeing from Brady is completely, that's an anomaly what Brady's doing right now.
We're having the same exact conversations that we were having about Aaron Rodgers after they won the Super Bowl.
10 years ago.
They won the Super Bowl. Okay. What is it?
I'm just saying, like, the fact that we were having this discussion 10 years ago about Brady and Rodgers.
Yeah, no, seriously, listen. In what was it, 2010, okay, the Packers won the Super Bowl, right? Off a wild card, okay? 2010. They started the 2011 season undefeated. They went 15-0 or 14-0. I can't remember. 15. They finished the season 15-1.
Yeah.
Okay. This was coming off a Super Bowl. Okay. And they finished the next season 15-1. Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP. He's unstoppable. He's the greatest thing we've ever seen. The media is saying, like, already anointed him with a second Super Bowl. They've already said he's past Brett Favre. He's already won 2 Super Bowls. That's literally what the media said. Guess how many Super Bowls he has 10 years later? The same amount of fucking Super Bowls he had. It didn't happen. And we've seen him come up short time and time again. So again, no one's trying to take away from Mahomes and his talent, but stop with the hype. Enjoy what he's doing, and let's see how much he does, how much more of it he can do over the next 10 years. And then if he can continue doing what he's doing for the next 10 years, then we can start to have the conversation that he belongs in a conversation about the GOAT. But it's a long way away.
And I think it's going to take 10 years at least.
Yeah.
Just to start the conversation.
Yeah, like to me, one of the things we're not really talking about today is that Mahomes is still not healthy. Like Mahomes still has a bad leg. He had that concussion when I feel like he barely got touched, honestly. Like he got brought to the ground and his head hit the ground and he got a concussion that looked like he just got knocked out by Mike Tyson. So, so far he's been able to avoid these major injuries. We all know Tom Brady. He missed that one season. And that was it. Other than that, he's been remarkably healthy. Never really had these nagging injuries or anything. So we'll see how that plays out as it continues. Da Brother Man for $5. Sup Sports Wars crew. Did you watch Bare Knuckles FC Knuckle Mania? What do you think about the sport bare knuckle? I can't say I've watched too much bare knuckle boxing or anything like that. What about you guys?
No,
I have not. I don't know anything about that. It sounds fucking cool though.
It sounds manly as fuck, Da Brother Man. That's what I'll say.
Sounds cool.
Nikola Saric for Hungarian maybe money. The biggest headline is surely Le'Veon Bell versus Antonio Brown. That must be it. That must be the biggest headline. It's hard to believe that those people that would be the headline. Yes, but Antonio Brown, him being healthy is a game changer for sure. In this game. So we'll see if he can help out the Buccaneers. Tom Brown for $5. Otto Graham is the GOAT of the pre-Super Bowl era. Tom Brady is the GOAT of the Super Bowl era.
I completely agree with that.
And it is that's why even Brady's legacy is going to be so strange because he played for so long, where you take quarterbacks that were playing in the 80s and 90s, and then you compare their numbers to someone like Matt Stafford. And it's look at how Matt Stafford and Phillip Rivers and all these guys' numbers stack up against the greatest in those eras. So that just the game evolves. That's how it is. It's just 3-pointers in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taker 610 for $2. Brady winning will be called Blanco Supremacia. That's true. Supremacia. Blanco Supremacia. I agree. That's the narrative. We've already heard them attack him for his MAGA hat, all that shit. So these people love to hate Tom Brady. Mick Walsh for €2. Shannon Sharp, the king of the LeBron sexuals. Yeah, Shannon Sharp's a big Bron sexual. I saw someone say in chat that Shannon Sharp got stung by a bee in his tongue. That's why he talks like that. Could be possible.
Yep.
Skip. Mark Roberts for $5. I asked John earlier, but what are the greatest Super Bowl games of all time? I think it's either the Bills versus the Giants or Packers versus Broncos.
Packers Broncos was pretty great. For me, I mean, that Falcons Patriots game was pretty fucking fantastic.
It's hard to not.
Said, man, we both said that game.
That's so we're so recently removed from that we can still feel that feeling of down 28-3, and kind of because for me, I was rooting for the Patriots when that happened, and I was like, what the fuck, man, this is bullshit. And then just to see the climb, to see Brady's eyes,
wasn't that the Cardinals and Steelers that had that phenomenal game?
Yeah, Cardinals Steelers is a great game with Santonio Holmes catch in the back. Like that was a great game.
The Titans and that came down to Titans Rams was unbelievable.
Yeah,
that was an unbelievable game. The way it ended and how close they came, like that was crazy.
Yeah, Titans Rams was great. The next game was Rams Patriots, which was a good game as well. And all those Patriots games got decided by that field goal at the end. Basically, those first 3 Super Bowls. So
actually, you know what? People tend to forget about this with the Eagles game. Yes, it was a 3-point game, but the Patriots were up 10, and then the Eagles scored a garbage time touchdown. Really?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so it wasn't necessarily a field goal game.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other ones that stick out. For me, the worst one was Colts Bears. That was awful. I hated that. Fuck Rex Grossman. I hope he
Peyton Manning wasn't even good in that game. And he won.
Peyton Manning's trash. Peyton Manning sucks. Peyton Manning is a fucking garbage playoff quarterback, choking bitch. Peyton Manning wouldn't even had a touchdown in that game if Charles Tillman hadn't slipped on the fucking raining, Miami? Was that Super Bowl in Miami? On the raining turf. He just slipped and fucking fell down because of the rain, and Reggie Wayne out there running wide open. I could have caught that fucking pass. Peyton Manning's a bitch. But he's a Hall of Famer now. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I'm not going to take that away. But in the playoffs, he sank like a bitch. Look at his regular season stats versus his playoff stats. There's no other way to explain it other than him.
Look at that Super Bowl run with the Colts. He had 3 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions in the playoffs.
Really? Was it that bad?
It was that bad, man. It was that bad.
He got carried to that Broncos win. I think he threw for 160 yards and like a pick.
We know he got carried by the Broncos.
He was not good in Saints Colts game. Just his career in the playoffs. You look at his touchdown interception ratio. You look at his yards. Everything takes an absolute fucking nosedive. It's like the level of drop off is incredible. So. Arguably the best regular season quarterback we've ever seen, but
that is not Tom Brady. Tom Brady's the best. Tom Brady's the best regular season quarterback.
That's why I said arguably. But when you look at what those teams, all these teams that went like 14-2, 15-1, he should have won more than he did.
He absolutely should have. Yeah,
but he couldn't beat Tom Brady consistently.
And look, this goes back to college in Tennessee. Watch Peyton Manning. The biggest moments, he would come up short.
Yeah,
he was too busy putting his balls in women's faces when he was at Tennessee.
Yeah,
I wonder. I bet his. Never mind. I don't get into that. So
that bitch has led 2 different franchises to 2 Super Bowl wins. No, he hasn't. The Denver defense led Peyton Manning to a victory against Cam Newton. Brock Osweiler led that team more effectively than Peyton Manning did. That's how bad it was last season because he was so beat up and hurt and just completely washed up. When Peyton Manning did lead the Broncos to a Super Bowl, what happened?
They got destroyed.
Butt fucked by the Seattle Seahawks, and it wasn't even competitive in any way, shape, or form.
What was it, 42-8? It was over real quick. I know that.
It was embarrassing for Peyton Manning.
I think the first play of the game, it was a safety, if I'm not mistaken. First play of the game. And that was like, oh boy, they're in for a long day.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Garris Vakarian for $20. Sports Wars, Outkick, and Barstool. Best sports talk out there. Hell yeah, Garris. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for the support. We're continuing to grow this stuff. Got 900 people watching. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys. The Brother Man for $5. Didn't I already read that one? Oh, maybe I already read that one. My bad. I already read that one from Da Brother Man. It's two super chats. Two super chats about the bare knuckles. We haven't watched bare knuckles. We're not sure about that, man. But we appreciate the super chat. We'll have to start paying attention to it. Biggles Mets for $10. As a 49er fan, it was always Alex's fault. Then Colin took over. It was always the team's fault for a loss, since they all hated Smith. Smith looked good in KC, and Patrick made him look bad. You got to feel for Alex Smith to like lead two franchises, like build two organizations up there just to be replaced, and then have the other one like take that next step. It's happened with San Francisco, and then it happened again in Kansas City. But, I'm glad he was able to come back. R. Lee for $2. Antonio Brown actually said he goes where Tom goes.
Yep.
There you go. Mexican Iron Man is here for $15. I think ESPN should hire you guys for primetime coverage. The three of you are 100 times better, and Brady has taken some ridiculous hits. Absolutely, Mexican Iron Man. We appreciate you, buddy. Big supporter of so many people. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man. Yeah, like every quarterback's taking crazy hits. So yeah, the idea he hasn't taken hits is silly. Brendan Cole for $5. Bucks haven't made the playoffs since 2007. Once Brady gets to Tampa, they make a Super Bowl. Brady is undoubtedly the greatest athlete of all time. Well,
see, here's what aggravates me when you say like Brady's the greatest athlete of all time. People are like, he can't run as fast or jump as high. Like, that's not the point we're trying to make. No one is making it. It's not a punt, pass, kick competition. We're saying he is an athlete, and his career has been the greatest team sports athlete's career we've ever seen. It's not saying like Tom Brady has a vertical better than LeBron James or some shit like that, or Tom Brady can run faster. No, a fucking RG3 is a better athlete by that standard than Tom Brady. Okay. No one's saying that he's just like the most athletically gifted person, but his career and his accomplishments and what he's done in his sport in his team sport is greater than what we've seen by any American athlete.
Yeah, and that's not what quarterback playing is about. It's not about jumping and running. More 80% of it is really about decision making for the most part.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like, it's tough to.
I see Uche's in the chat. Uche's still upset about that 2007 playoff run for Jacksonville getting stopped by Tom Brady. So we feel you, Uche.
Like for a couple of people saying the Patrick Mahomes hate is outrageous, so shaking my head about Patrick Mahomes hate. If you think that us saying that he's a transcendent talent who has had an absolutely amazing, phenomenal start to his career, if you think that's hate, you like have some sort of issue. Like, you have some sort of issue with if we're just questioning if he should be crowned the greatest of all time, and you think that's hate. I don't know what to tell you, man. You got some kind of. Maybe that's what being a Chiefs fan for years does to you. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely don't hate Patrick Mahomes. I think Mahomes is phenomenal. I'm just saying, let's let him accomplish what you claim he's going to be. Like, it's not, he hasn't done that yet, but he is amazing. I picked the fucking Chiefs to win the goddamn game tonight. Like, I think he's phenomenal. I think he's amazing.
Yeah. Edward Coleman for $5. Eli Manning didn't just throw it up. He used the Force. He's actually a Jedi, and he defeated the Sith Lord Darth Brady.
Fuck Asante Samuel.
Drop the interception.
Drop the fucking wide open interception.
Okay. I'm getting clawed over here.
Why the fuck do you have a cat with you?
She just came in here. She jumped on me.
Norin Blithers for $5. With a mic drop super sticker. Thank you, Norm Blithers. Brandon Heath for $5. What are your thoughts on the AEW NJPW, so New Japan Pro Wrestling partnership? Going to be watching night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom just to avoid the Super Bowl. Hope Brady gets 7. So listen, go ahead.
Well, with wrestling, there's a couple things. Number one, I'm happy, and I don't watch current wrestling anymore. I used to be a big fan of wrestling. I watched wrestling for my entire life until right around the time when CM Punk quit is when I stopped watching wrestling, and I can't stomach it. But I've heard great things about AEW, and I think competition is definitely what the wrestling business needs. If you go back to the Monday Night Wars and the WCW versus WWF, I think that's the height of wrestling. Competition is good, but without the crowd, like it's one thing. Like the NFL and college football has done fine without crowds, even though I still think it hurts the TV product. Wrestling without a crowd is unwatchable. It was already unwatchable just because the product is so bad, but wrestling without a crowd is absolutely unwatchable. I cannot watch wrestling. Like those pops, when the Stone Colds come into the ring, or The Rock, or other people, boos or cheers, like that makes wrestling. So I can't watch wrestling without a crowd. I can't do it. But I'm hoping AEW continues to, be a worthy competitor to WWE. I don't even like calling it WWE. I'm old school. So.
I grew up WWF.
Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, that's my take on it. I don't know if you guys have any more insight on the wrestling topic.
No, I haven't watched wrestling in probably 20-something years. I used to be a huge WWF fan.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Let me catch up with the chat here. Liberty or death for $5. ATL versus Pats. My friend tried to turn the game off. I said, nah, Pats are going to come back and win. I'll be real. I thought I didn't think they were going to, I would never have put money on them coming back after that. But I still watched it. So it was, I was like, we'll see. When Tom Brady threw that pick six, that would, for so many other people, that would have been the breaking moment. You know what I mean? Like Peyton Manning, like the dude we were just talking about. When he went down like that, there was never a moment when everyone knew he was done. Like, you see them on the sidelines. You saw everybody. No one had any belief that they were going to come back from that. But it's not the same when Brady's on your team.
You talking about Seattle?
Yeah, I'm talking about Peyton in Seattle.
Yeah. I remember that game. I was like, oh, it's over, man.
Yeah,
it's over.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was over in the first quarter, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just absolutely dominated them. Taker 610 for $2. Jamarcus Russell was bloat. Yeah.
I can't believe he went number one.
Dark Side Droids for $2 says Omar coming. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what the fuck that means. But thank you, Dark Side Droids. Blue Eyed Scorpion for $2. Peyton 3-1 versus Brady in AFC Championship, though. That's true. I think he's 11-6 all time against them. But yeah, he did win a couple AFC championships.
No. Brady's
Tom
got
Brady he has a winning record against Peyton Manning.
That's what I said 11-6, meaning Brady over.
I
okay.
thought you meant Peyton. Okay.
Yeah, I think because it was funny because they put up they put up a list of Tom Brady's record against the Hall of Famers they just got inducted. So against like Peyton, Charles Woodson, and Calvin Johnson, and he was like 18-7 or something against them. It's something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Ted White, $2. Stephen A picked Kansas City. Tampa Bay wins. So there you go. Stephen A.
Stephen A. picked.
That's funny.
You just need to go the opposite direction.
Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $2. Next G&G game should be a JRPG. Oh, it's a good one. We haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, we're discussing options. Really, like I said, if you guys enjoy it, I think I know Ruthie's here. We got some other mods, but you guys can, drop links to the T-Revs game, the Fact-Blast. That's our video game. And you can go to geeksgamers.com and the top banner, the top ticker, you can click on that and that'll take you, but it's a free video game. If you want to support the project though, there's links to the PayPal for the developer, and this person, T-Ref, put 2 years into this, developing this video game. It is incredible, and we're going to work to develop another Geeks and Gamers video game in the future. I'll have more creative input on this. We'll have more people on the team. Pretty exciting stuff. So we got a lot of cool things going on.
Yeah, you know. Oral B Surreal for $5. Nobody ever mentions how many times Brady took pay cuts to improve those Patriots teams. I also blame Bill for the Eagles Super Bowl loss.
I want to know where the money went, because he was taking pay cuts, but who did they really get?
I mean, like they would do things like sign Albert Hainsworth. You know what I mean? Like,
what is Driving Mayhem talking about? I have little respect for Brady. I was at the game he got benched. What game did he get benched?
He never got benched.
He got acted like a crybaby and a brat. I know what his legacy is, but I saw what a spoiled sport is. Brady never got benched. What are you talking about?
Is he talking about Michigan?
Could be Michigan. I don't know.
Because he's never gotten benched in the NFL.
42-10. That's not being benched. They're being blown out. That's not being benched. That's Brady pissed off that they were getting destroyed. He didn't get benched.
Yeah. And it's very rare that Brady's ever gotten, Peyton Manning in Seattle. That's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was that game against the Saints, right? Where the Bucks just got absolutely smashed and Brady threw like 4 picks or whatever. I mean, like that's one of those situations where they just got absolutely blown out. Of course, he's gonna be pissed, but
yeah.
There's obviously a sticking point there, some hard on, so it's whatever. Rob Liefeld, wow, nice of you to drop by, Rob Liefeld. For $5.
Never mind, I can't. I was gonna say unblock me on Twitter, bitch. But I'm no longer on Twitter. So he blocked me from my TLJ for being a hater of TLJ, Rob Liefeld, the real Rob Liefeld.
Oh,
blocked me.
okay.
So.
Neither am I. I am not on Twitter. I'm on mine.
Off topic, but how many years until the state of Tennessee wins a championship in any pro sport? Well, they've only got 2 teams. They got the Memphis Grizzlies and they've got the Tennessee Titans. It's talking pro sports. I can't think of it. I don't think they have a baseball team. So I don't know. I mean, listen, the Titans gave Ryan Tannehill a lot of money that now with like maybe seeing all the quarterbacks that could potentially change hands this year, maybe they regret that a little bit. I do think that if you upgraded from Tannehill, that team could be a monstrous, like absolutely monstrous. With like what Derrick Henry was able to do, winning Offensive Player of the Year, 2,000 yards, even with knowing all the focus would be on him, is crazy. So they might, I don't know, they might waste his career there a little bit because he's a running back. They don't have a ton of time. So I don't know. It's going to be a while though. Mark Roberts for $3. Will the players stand for the national anthem?
Oh, that's right. They're going to show it. They will.
I think they will.
Yeah.
But if they don't, we'll talk about it.
Well, Kansas City in week 1,
they all stood.
They all stood. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about the Bucks, but I doubt if anybody's going to kneel.
Yep. Uche for $5. Defensive Player of the Year is a travesty. TJ Watt should have won. Stats prove it as well as impact. Check out my Super Bowl watch along stream tonight. Yeah, Jeremy made a video about that.
Give Uche a wrench so he can drop links.
He does have a wrench.
He does?
Yeah, I didn't see it in there.
He didn't have a wrench.
Okay.
Comment again, Uche.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, I guess it's highlighted because he's verified.
Yeah.
Add. All right, there we go. Yeah, so the Defensive Player of the Year, Jeremy made a video about that. JJ Watt, here, I'll pull up JJ Watt's tweet. JJ Watt.
Uche said, no, I don't, you fuck.
Yeah, I'm about to take it away. So JJ Watt put this out. Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year, I think for like the 3rd time. Aaron Donald is an absolute monster. But JJ Watt says this: Aaron Donald is an absolutely incredible player. I love watching him play, and he's headed to the Hall of Fame without question. This has nothing to do with him personally. This is me saying what my brother won't. TJ played 1 less game and still led the NFL in every major category. Looking at TJ Watt versus Aaron Donald. You look at tackles, you look at sacks, you look at tackles for loss, a big advantage, pressures, QB hits, forced fumbles, the only thing Aaron Donald has, passes, defense, and interceptions. And, I mean, J.J. Watt's got a great point.
Yeah.
I will say I think that more is probably done scheme-wise for Aaron Donald.
Absolutely.
In general.
He more double teams.
He probably gets more triple teams. Like, not even
Aaron
shitting
Donald
you.
Aaron Donald is kind of like at the point of like Barry Bonds was a long time ago, where he literally just didn't get any pitches,
Yeah.
and he still put
Yeah.
like ridiculous stats up. Like they intentionally walked Bonds with the bases loaded. Okay, like that's how dangerous he was, and I feel like that's what Aaron Donald, like the scheme to slow him down and the double and triple teaming, it's insane. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player in the league, no doubt. But
Aaron Donald reminds me of a one prime JJ Watt.
Yeah,
Prime JJ Watt was a beast.
Yeah. But with that said, like that's fine and everything. Like he is the best defensive player, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he deserved the MVP based on what was accomplished. If you look at those numbers and the fact that TJ Watt missed a game too, and I know they're different positions, but TJ Watt kind of got robbed. He kind of got robbed.
Aaron Donald has a 70% double team rate. 70%, by far the best in the league. TJ Watt has a 15% double team rate.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
Just saying.
I mean,
so like it's deeper than just these numbers. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, this is obviously very impressive for TJ Watt. And TJ Watt's been incredible. But yeah, it's it is what it is. That's this chart says a lot, and it's really easy to see and be like, wow, this is bullshit, without really factoring everything that goes into preparation on offense. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Respect to both those guys. They're both great. And I think that Aaron Donald gets he's definitely got a little bit of home cooking there in terms of the fact that he's such a dominant force. You know what I mean? And everybody knows he's the best defensive player in the league. But those stats it's a pretty big gap, and the fact that Donald had another game. Yes, there are details with the double teaming and everything, but TJ Watt had a phenomenal year.
Yeah. Ord's board for $2. When are you covering hockey? Much love, dude. So thanks, Ords. When they kneel for the national anthem, that's President-elect Archie Bunker for $2. Will Sarah Fuller grace us with her presence today? Haven't even thought about it. But if they do, there'll be a Sports Wars video. There will be.
Hey, and by the way, since we brought up Aaron Donald, man, what's the common denominator between dominant players like Aaron Donald and JJ Watt? It's Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips is one hell of a
Wade Phillips. He really is. Wade Phillips is a damn good defensive coordinator.
Pathetic head coach, but great coordinator.
Now he sucked as a head coach, man. But he comes from, his father was great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wade Phillips, man, is damn good at coordinating.
Yeah, he is.
Absolutely.
He absolutely is.
Some guys are just coordinators, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
But Wade Phillips is one of the best ever, I think.
Oh, well, he just the things that he has everywhere he goes, it's kind of hard. It's hard to deny that kind of effect and impact. President-elect Archie Bunker for $2. Oh, I said that one. Brandon Heath for $5. You all in the comments talk about TJ Watt getting robbed. Justin Jefferson is the one that got robbed. I mean, I didn't even think about Justin Jefferson in that conversation at all. Let's look.
Look at his numbers. And
thing that popped in my autocomplete when I type in Justin is Justin Trudeau blackface. Obviously Justin Jefferson had a great year, but at the same time, he's obviously talking about the offensive rookie of the year. Here we go. Let's pull up the numbers because I'm not familiar. Oh, I do remember. I saw Vikings fans in the Chargers mentions. Now that you say that, Jefferson, as we know, set the Super Bowl era record for receiving yardage in a season with an even 1,400 yards, even though he was the fifth player to take him. 1,400 yards, the highest for any member of the Vikings not named Randy Moss was any season, and the fourth highest total in the NFL this year. That's true. It was record-breaking at the same time. Justin Herbert also broke records as a quarterback. So I don't know. You can definitely make the argument for Justin Jefferson, but Justin Herbert I watch a lot of Justin Herbert games because we got a lot of them here. And I mean, the dude did pretty incredible stuff. Let's look at his stats. So I'm pretty sure Justin Herbert broke records for rookie quarterbacks as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Because Justin Herbert, I believe he won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Correct. Yeah. Justin Herbert stats. Because I was tracking that. He was on pace to break the record like easily. 4,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, 10 picks.
That's pretty damn good.
I guess I would say that in terms of like Justin Jefferson had a better, like he had like the fifth best year for a receiver, period, which is maybe more impressive than Justin Herbert having what is probably like the 10th or 11th best year for a quarterback. But we see with a lot of these things, a lot of times the edge kind of goes to the quarterback just because they just place more importance on that. And it is more important. But I don't know. I mean, Justin Jefferson had an incredible year. That's for sure. Taker 2 for Pat Smith's playoffs. Kraft Hits Massage Parlor.
Oh man, it's so funny watching. Like, I mean, Robert Kraft's pissed. He's pissed. No, he's not happy. I saw Dave Portnoy tweet out, and he's like, "I'm not." And what did he say? What Portnoy say? Hang on. He said, "I'm just gonna say it. It's fucked up. Tom Brady is in the Super Bowl today, and I'm not."
Yeah. Rob Liefeld for $5. Tennessee has the Titans, Grizzlies, Predators for hockey, and NSC for soccer. It's a Nashville Soccer Club, and are about to have an MLB team. About to have. Who's going? Like, what about? Is that like set in stone? I don't know. That's the first time, not the first I've heard, but you sound like it's going to happen for sure. But I agree it'll be a while, if ever. Listen, the Predators could win in hockey. But hockey, if you get a goalie that gets fucking hot, you can do anything. So maybe the Predators will win before any of those other teams. MLS, we can't even count that. Let's be real. But yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll happen, Rob. Janet Cadena for $10. Are you still going to do Sunday show after football season? If not, what's your live stream schedule going forward? We'll see. I think we should just keep doing it.
We'll probably. I mean, we've people have gotten used to the time slot. We actually discussed that the other day, so we might back it up like an hour or two. Jeremy
doesn't have to wake up.
Yeah, fuck waking up. But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it works for us. If you guys enjoy it, if you guys want to continue seeing, as long as people are showing up, we have no reason to not be here. We're here for the people, and if you guys like it, we will continue doing it. Yeah. So, yeah. And by the way, don't forget tonight, our Mario Kart stream will still happen. Probably might have to back it up a bit depending on how the Super Bowl schedule goes. But Young Ripa will be joining us again. Eric July and Star Wars Theory will be there. And the whole Geeks and Gamers team. Last week's stream was insane. A lot of cussing. This fucking bitch Ryan won. And that shit ain't happening again. I'm gonna fuck him up tonight.
Dude. Let's just go all 200. I'll beat your ass.
Fuck you, bitch. Fucking bullshit. But yeah, so that'll happen
all night.
That'll happen on Twitch tonight. That was a lot of fun though. That was a good time.
That's right. Brandon Heath for $2 confirmed NFL uses Dominion for awards voting. You, Brandon Heath. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead for $5. Hope the Bucks win today and they can go to the White House and Joe Biden can mistake them for the New England Patriots. That would be good.
Shit.
That would be good. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead again for $10. How would you feel if an SJW football league was created that allows everyone to play but straight white men? Also, Jeremy, how would you feel if it was up to Max Kellerman to decide if Brady was the GOAT?
I mean, I don't know how to answer the second part of that question. Like, if it was up to Max Kellerman, I mean, Max Kellerman should stick to boxing. That's what he should do because he definitely knows it.
Yep.
I think Max Kellerman felt the need to be ridiculous when he took over for Skip And I think he just stepped in it with this cliff theory, and he just had to continue to double and triple and quadruple down. Because when you're filling Skip Bayless's nonsensical shoes, you gotta go hard. You know what I mean? But as far as the SJW league, yeah, man, that would be great for Sports Wars. We could roast the fuck out of that league. That would be great. So I'd be all for that.
With the path we're going right now, don't be surprised.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised, man. Because you may get woke, but you're never woke enough.
Never woke enough. Never.
Speaking of never woke enough, this will be the last thing we talk about here today. That's a good segue to not woke enough. That's the NFL. The NFL is not woke enough for Roger Goodell, who is very disappointed that they only had 2 minority coaching hires. Roger Goodell says that's not what we expected. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says he's not satisfied with the current coaching hiring cycle 1 year after he pledged to, quote, do something different to improve it. And of course, like all SJWs, like all woke people, the only things these people look at are race, gender, and sexuality. Nothing else matters. Doesn't mean if it's the best person for the job, performance, nothing. All that matters is the color of your skin, the genitals you have, and who you want to fuck. So Roger Goodell's upset that maybe the right people were hired for the job, and they're not black. That's, I guess, what he's upset about. Only 2 minorities were hired for 7 openings, and star Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy was notably passed over. Now, Eric Bieniemy, I think they're setting Eric Bieniemy up to take over for Andy Reid. That's personally what I think is going to happen. And I think that they still haven't come to an agreement for next year, but I think that's what you're going to see with the Chiefs. And that may be one reason where maybe some people didn't reach out to him. They're not the outcomes we wanted, and we're committed more than ever to make sure we do that. But we want it to be a natural process. It is not a natural process if you are requiring people to interview coaches of a certain color. That's not natural. I mean, what do you think, John?
I compared this to I talked about this in a video. I compared it to Star Wars. It's no different, really. When you force diversity into anything, it is a failure. It will never ever work. The Rooney Rule has been around since what, 2003, four, something like that. And
early 2000s.
Yeah, and they tried to tinker with it here and there, and they're still not getting results that they want. So, Roger Goodell, why don't you say if there's 8 positions open that, I don't know, 6 of these positions need to be filled by non-white people? Because that's what you want. But you're allowing the team still to, hire whoever they want. And I believe that's the way it should have been done. The Rooney Rule should have never been done. Because when you focus on strictly race, like Star Wars, for example, we're going to put these women in here. We're going to respect all these people of color. And then your movie still failed because you forgot about the story.
Well,
it's never going to work.
It's like I said in my video. So, like, if you look at what's going on right now with NFL referees, and officials. So there was this whole thing about we need more diversity in officials, and then they had their whole first all black referee, team, for a game. Now that's shifted to where now we have women. Now we need more women, to be officials. The same thing will happen. Once there is enough black people, then they will say, okay, well, we have too many black men. Why don't we have more women? Coaches now? We need more women, and they'll start running all of the men out because they want women representation. And then when they have enough women representation, then we don't have enough trans representation within coaches. Mm-hmm. And then once they have that, then they'll find something else that they can sit there and say has been degraded or disrespected. Like, it never fucking ends. Like that whole article of what was it, that black men are the new straight white male or something like that. What was it?
Straight black men are the white males of black people.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Straight black men are the white men of black people. Like, it constantly shifts. Shifts.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think there's too many black NFL players?
Nope, I don't. But by that logic, we should have more representation. Yeah,
we have too many black football players and NBA players.
Think about that for a minute. Think about if there was a movement to go, we need more white people in the NBA playing or more white people in the NFL playing so we could get the demographics caught. Fuck that. Fuck that. No, we don't. We need the best players. If they're white, they're cool. That's fine. If they're black, that's fine. If they're Asian, if they're whatever, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. So no, we don't need more white representation anywhere. We need the best people to be elevated. I don't need more white rappers. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Spoiler alert, the majority of the league is trying to win. Not everyone. There are always going to be teams that maybe winning isn't necessarily the primary factor from season to season, depending on their situation. But these teams want to win. That doesn't mean that ownership and GMs might not make bad hires or bad decisions. But listen, they're not fucking not hiring black people because they're racist. They're hiring black players. But you think that when it comes to the owner or the GM, or not the owner, the GM or the coach, now suddenly they're being super racist. They want to fucking win. That's the bottom line. Yep. And now what you've done, Roger Goodell, is you have put a system in place to, like, the new Rooney Rule thing. If, say a coach gets hired away from you who was a minority, you get a compensatory pick basically for elevating this player in your or this person in your organization as a coordinator. If he gets hired away, you get more draft picks. So in the case of Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, say if the Chargers hired him, they would be giving the Chiefs more draft picks.
Helping the Chiefs.
That's what you've done in your convoluted, fucked up way that you did this Rooney Rule 2.0. So, like, when you get involved in this way, you're actually doing the opposite of what you think you're doing. You're incentivizing people to not give the Chiefs more draft picks. So, I feel like Eric Bieniemy we're about to probably see him sign a longer-term deal with the Chiefs, and then he's going to take over when Andy Reid's done. Yeah. So at the end of the day, he's going to be the head coach there, and all these stupid people running their fucking mouths are going to look stupid because he's going to end up being the head coach there, in my opinion.
Yeah. And, you know, the media has already criticized MLB a lot because I believe like 3% of MLB players are actually black Americans, not Hispanics, but just, you know, black guys, Americans. But this is what I've always said. When I grew up, we played baseball all the time. It wasn't the NBA. The NBA wasn't really super popular. I guess I came around during the uptick of the NBA, but it was baseball. But the problem is Michael Jordan got so famous and he took the NBA to a whole nother level that black kids are watching it saying, I want to be like Mike. And I think that's when black kids started to abandon baseballs, and now you got a lot of empty little league fields. That's just why I think that you don't actually have the black representation in MLB. Is because Michael Jordan took the NBA to a whole nother level.
Well, baseball was very bad about marketing its stars in general for quite a while. Like baseball was kind of very stuck in this. People will come for the game. Right? People will come for the game, as opposed to marketing their stars. Some of those guys even went and played golf because of Tiger Woods, John. You know what I mean? Because they saw and like how even the PGA Tour promoted Tiger Woods and their stars. So
and MLB disrespected the greatest player of all time, Barry fucking Bonds, motherfuckers. Treated him like shit.
They actually tried. They wanted to get him in the Hall of Fame, and they did a little hat fitting for his little statue, but they couldn't find a hat big enough for his fucking steroid head.
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck that he did steroids. Nobody. Everybody was doing steroids. Everybody.
I care that he did steroids.
Did you care that every fucking body in the league was doing them? Because literally the 80% of the league was doing steroids.
I cared when I found out that Sammy Sosa, like basically when he went there and was like, lied, pretended he didn't understand English. Yeah, I was really disappointed in that.
Why? Why are you disappointed that an athlete fucking lied and cheated? This is what athletes fucking do. Are you looking for moral fucking superiority from your athletes? These guys are all fucking arrogant people who want to win. Period. Who gives a fuck?
I have a problem with that. Now, it's not to say that I don't think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. That's a different conversation. But I do have a lack of respect for him for those things that he did specifically. That is not like, to me, that's not.
Were there any rules in place against steroids before the thing got blown out of proportion? There weren't actual rules against steroids in baseball. MLB knew this shit was going on.
There was no testing. There was no testing, but it was illegal. There was no testing, but it was illegal.
Why didn't they have testing? If
not illegal, but it was banned.
They ruled. They knew this was going on. They only responded when it became a PR problem for them. They were loving all of the shit that was going on. They were loving it. They were making tons of money. Yeah, and then it became a PR thing. You know,
I mean, McGuire and Sosa kind of brought baseball back to life in '98 when they had their thing. But that doesn't mean that the knowledge that, you know, my favorite player who was doing all of these things was doing it in an artificial manner. That was disappointing to me. Even when I was like 20 years old and found that out, or however old I was at the time. Like, yeah, that sucks. Because that to me is not trying to edge and take advantage of some rules. You know, if you read some of I think it was Rick Riley's one of this thing he did on Sammy Sosa, and how Sammy Sosa basically got caught going to this place to get steroids. It's embarrassing. And for me, that sucks. I will never look at him. I would never look at him the same again after that. That doesn't mean that I still didn't appreciate what he did. That doesn't mean that I still don't think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, definitely affects my perception of them.
Great. But Bonds is and only Griffey, I'll accept that argument that, because Griffey's probably, you could make an argument Griffey's better than Bonds. But,
Griffey's my guy.
So, yeah. And Griffey's one of the few guys that at least there's no evidence that he did anything. I don't think he did. I think if Griffey would have, he probably wouldn't have battled a lot of those injuries. I think he could have recovered a lot quicker. And he would have had all the records. So.
And that's what sucks is that, like, the guys that were doing it the right way, because there was still a lot. It wasn't 80% of the league. There's a lot of guys who were doing everything the right way who now they're, you know, you go back and look in that era and now they may just be like middling players based on what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
it sucks for them. Brandon Heath.
Bring steroids back, make baseball great again. That's my stance on it.
There's more home runs now than there were in the steroid era, Jeremy.
Doesn't matter.
Well, then what do you want steroids back for?
I want fucking Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame is what I want. Fuck MLB.
Michael S. for $5. Check out the Nashville Stars. Looks like it's close to Nashville getting an MLB team. Yeah, so there's like a proposal of people to do that. I think it's highly unlikely that the MLB expands right now, personally. So we'll see. Nashville Stars, MLB team. It wouldn't be for several years, I imagine. Brandon Heath.
I see you, Mr. Pants. Upper Deck Griffey, 1989, #1. Yep.
I have a card. Bunch of sports cards literally sitting right here.
I wonder how much, you know what? I know it probably doesn't go for that much anymore. I might buy the 89 Upper Deck King Griffey Jr. rookie card now, man. That thing, when I was a kid, that thing was like the holy grail. Like, it was just something that was unobtainable. I don't know. It probably doesn't go for that much now. I'll probably try to find one in mint condition and see if I could buy it. Like, it can't be, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is still outrageous, but I know like sports memorabilia just doesn't move the needle anymore. I'll have to check that out. But that 89 Upper Deck rookie card was insane.
I've got just a bunch of signed sports cards sitting here because I was like showing somebody my collection the other day. So I've got probably, I don't know, fucking 200 or 300 cards sitting all around here that I got signing.
We didn't have that planned out. We didn't have that planned out.
I used to have a few when I was a kid.
Brandon Heath for $2 says, well, Goodell, we're not satisfied with you. Yes, thank you, Brandon Heath. My nerdy home for $5. Ryan's hair is high as fuck. It does look pretty goofy today, doesn't it? The higher the hair, the closer to God. Ryan is now God tier. Oh, and go sports. Hi, Jeremy and John. There you go.
Thank you for the support.
Looking high. Michael S for $2. If I lose my job to a woman, I'll become trans. Thank you, Michael S. There you go. JT Brown for $20. Thank you, JT Brown. I don't know why everyone's so upset. You can always just claim you can always just claim you are a current in vogue oppressed minority to get a job. Claim discrimination against your preferred identity if you don't get it. Rachel Dolezal proved this. Yeah, I think the whole thing is just kind of ridiculous as far as Goodell goes. Thank you, JT Brown. Todd for $30. Keep up the good work, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Todd. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. It's awesome. You guys have been awesome today, man. Thank you.
Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $2. Tom Brady took steroids for bare knuckle boxing. There you go. I don't know. Mr. J for $10. John's right about baseball. Back in the day, me and my brother would find a field or we made one. Yeah, like it really was, I baseball was just part of my life growing up. Just a part of it. Like for everyone it was.
Highlight Crispy Bacon's comment.
Crispy Bacon.
Hey everybody, don't give money to these YouTubers. Don't do it. Crispy Bacon is very fucking offended because Crispy Bacon has a very small penis and he's never going to please a woman ever. So I apologize for that, man. Maybe just I don't know, man. Maybe put tape some popsicle sticks around it. Maybe it'll keep it where it can actually touch a woman's vagina wall. Maybe. But, until then, go fuck yourself. So
that's true. Crispy Bacon. I know they still haven't invented condoms that aren't loose on you yet, but they're hard at work. The scientists are doing everything they can. You'll get there someday, buddy. Don't worry. Brandon,
little penis syndrome from Crispy Bacon. Can't even use a damn real name, but comes there and talks shit. What a little bitch.
Brandon Heath for $2. A lawyer nearly ended the MLB because of steroids. Yeah, it all got really out of Congress. That was a fart. That shit didn't need to be involved, but that was where I lost so much respect for what's his nuts. We got a super chat from Black and White News for $20 just because Crispy Bacon said not to.
That you or Rhodes?
That was me.
Okay.
Thank you, John. Subscribe to Black and White News. Subscribe to Black and White Sports. Subscribe to Black and White Entertainment. Do it. Thank you, John. Man, this did not work out the way Crispy Bacon thought it would. $2 from Brandon Heath. Shut your lips, Crispy Bacon. Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $2 must be Canadian bacon. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense. You got Salasso for $20 with a couple goats. Three goats.
Is that representing Tom Brady or Barry Bonds?
I think it's representing me, John, and you, Jeremy. That's what I think. That's what I want to say the three goats are for. That's what I say. Thank you, Salasso. We appreciate that. And then Liberty or Death says it's monopoly money. Anyways, thank you, Liberty or Death. But yeah, like that congressional hearing when Sammy Sosa pretended like he didn't understand English. It's so fucking embarrassing, man.
Well, I mean, no, yeah, I get it though. I do understand your perspective on the whole baseball thing. I remember that Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa run and that was crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I guess for me, I just don't I don't put a lot of stock or faith in athletes in terms of who they are and I just want them to entertain me. Shut up and dribble, shut up and hit a baseball, shut up and throw the football. And that's it. I don't Tom Brady is my favorite football player. I think Tom Brady is just another dude when it's all said and done, off the field, I don't put any stock in. I'm not going to be upset. I guess if there's one person that I would probably be disappointed if I heard they were a really bad person off the field, it's someone like Tim Tebow. like, because he has gone out of his way to present himself as this amazing person, you know. So if I heard like Tim Tebow's like hanging out at strip clubs and banging hookers on the road, I'll be like, okay, wait, what?
Tim Tebow's getting butt fucked by gay prostitutes.
But outside of that, like, I just don't like. They're just normal dudes. Like for me, like, don't think I'm anything other than this asshole that you see on YouTube. I'm no better or worse than anybody. I'm just a piece of shit like every other person. You know, I have my flaws, and that's how I view athletes. So when I heard that, you know, these guys are cheating, just okay, they're professional athletes in a multi-million-dollar business, billion-dollar business. They'll do whatever the fuck they have to do. Yeah. It's like when I hear people go, Tom Brady is not the greatest of all time. He cheated. Joe Montana's the greatest. Joe Montana has admitted that they cheated.
Yeah.
On multiple occasions. It's there. Just Google it. Joe Montana admitted that they cheated with the 49ers. So fuck you and your moral superiority bullshit.
Yeah.
Athletes will do whatever they have to do to win. That's just what they do.
Jerry Rice used Stickum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he admitted it.
Yeah. Well, and I think like Deflategate specifically was all, like, I think that was such a narrative, made-up driven thing. Like when you look at what actually happened, when you look at even what they reported happened versus what actually happened, the fact that they used two different gauges, they couldn't remember which one they used, that were 1.5 pounds apart. Like all these things that don't add up to what actually got punished for.
And people forget that the Falcons were pumping in crowd noise. Nobody cared.
Because they weren't winning.
Yep.
Alex McCarthy for $1 with 100 super sticker. Thank you, Alex. Santo Bartez for $5. My disposable income triggers people. Groovy. Keep up that good work, fellas. Thank you, Santo Bartez. We appreciate it. Howdy do it for $2. My cat weebs wanted me to donate. Well, thank you. Thank you, Howdy do it. JT Brown for $5. Chris P. Bacon is controlled opposition. Look at all this cash. Good job, guys. Which one of you is actually Mr. Bacon? I do like crispy bacon, but that's not me.
Did he never come back?
I guess not.
Come back, Crispy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your dick is little. I do apologize. That's not something, because it's not like you can control it. You can't control it. You have a little penis, so I apologize. Come back, Crispy. I won't make fun of your little pee-pee anymore. I promise. Okay. At least, look, I mean, you know, for one thing, you know, you can't make a lady gag. So, I mean, so at least you can keep it in longer. I think that's definitely a positive to having a little dick. So I commend you on that.
It's all about respecting women. Will Gentry for £2. I've always said crispy bacon sucks ass. Well, I love crispy bacon.
I love crispy bacon myself too. Crispy bacon's awesome.
All Things TV channel for $2 says F crispy bacon. Thank you, All Things TV channel. Yeah, that dude got fucking absolutely demolished. But there, listen, I am a full-on crispy bacon stan. I hate floppy bacon. I think floppy bacon's for losers. Crispy bacon is where it's at. If I go to McDonald's, get like a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle, and it's floppy, I get triggered. I fucking hate it. Drives me crazy. I want crispy bacon. But Jeremy, what do we got going on here at
we have again, so our Mario Kart stream tonight, it might start a little later depending on the Super Bowl, and again we'll have a full house there. Uche might even show up. I don't know, there's no guarantee on that one. The best comment, dude, was Uche, where I was like, motherfucker, why don't you try to finish top 10 out of a 12-man race? And he goes, I finished 10th. That was so funny. But yeah, so we'll have the Mario Kart stream tonight over on Twitch. Follow us over there, geeks_and_gamers on Twitch. Looks like Uche is going to have a Super Bowl stream tonight, so you guys go subscribe to the Observant Lineman. And then obviously all of our premium content. By the way, I think I can say this. Well, first of all, Ryan, have you confirmed with Krista that you're going to do a stream with us this week?
Yeah, Thursday at 9 or whatever that was.
Now that's a premium. That's a premium stream of Among Us. I can break some news right now for 800 people watching. The famous Gary from Nerdrotic will be joining us for Among Us for Geeks and Gamers Premium
Holy
content. So that's
shit.
happening Thursday night. I got the game for him last night on Steam. Gary from Nerdrotic will be joining us. It's going to be fantastic. But John, what do you guys got? You got anything coming up that you guys are working on?
Not much going on right now. I think we're going to probably cut a clip out of our live stream and put that up. Yep, YouTube demonetized news channels, so screw you, YouTube. But that's kind of to be expected. Really going to try to push Black and White Entertainment going. We haven't really put up much over there this month so far. But man, it was nice. I made a Star Wars video yesterday. I was struggling to get OBS to work, but yeah, it was a lot of fun actually to talk about that kind of stuff than the crazy stuff over here. So,
Yeah,
there you go.
And by the way, congrats on 70K.
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
that's
just hit
right.
70,000.
70K. Yep.
Nice.
You guys are killing it. You guys are killing it, man. So
Yeah, hopefully in a couple months, both of us will be crying over 100K plaques.
Yep.
That's the goal.
we gotta show my hairline. God damn it, these people are so stupid. Yeah, I'm bald. So it's there's nothing to show, man. I have no hair at all. That's why I keep the hat on. I'm ashamed of being bald, even though people like Stone Cold Steve Austin are bald, and John Matrix is bald. So
I'm
are you
bald
saying
now, man?
So, yeah, Slade, are you saying there's something wrong with being bald? Are you being racist towards John because he's black? What are you
bald,
saying?
and beautiful.
Slade Everett is a racist. You hate black people because you're taking a shot at John for being bald. That's very toxic.
Look at my hairline. I've lost more hair now.
You got the look. You got the LeBron look.
I know, man. But at least I'm not gonna be a crybaby like LeBron and try to cover it up. Yeah.
Hold on. That's the last
thinning
image
big
we're gonna
time.
show you guys. Actually, hold on.
The hairpiece.
No. What is all that? What is all that?
You need to do it.
Jeremy has hair. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
You need to do it.
Damn it.
You need to do a hatless stream again, Jerry.
Fuck. I didn't mean to show that. Fuck.
Here, I will not show my Google search results this time. I learned my lesson on the Geeks and Gamers stream. The last image we're going to leave you guys with today, after I read this super chat from Brandon Heath, $5, I'll donate 5 more so we can fund research to find Chris P. Bacon's Small Schlong and K-pop mixtape. Thank you. Thank you, Brandon Heath. But this is the image that we are all going to end with today. The great LeBron James and his fucking Reese's peanut butter cup hairline right here. That's it. This is your goat. This is you bronze sexuals. This is what you're fapping to. LeBron's hair peeled off in a fucking Reese's wrapper somewhere. That's the man you celebrate. Man. He's being hunted in the streets because of his hairline. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.